Boom, here we go. I'm Coach Mike. This is the MDM Show, courtesy of MDM Canada Multimedia Group and sponsored by MDM Life Architects, where we create better bodies and we build better lives. We have a special guest here coming to you very soon. I think she's here backstage, but we'll have to check to see if we can get a hold of her right away. Thank you guys for joining the show here today. It's going to be a beauty. We got Shannon Litke. She's backstage. She's with KYML. Keep Your Money Local, and she's a certified funnel builder and a motivational coach, which is unbelievable. So let's go. She's multi-talented. Let's see if we can go find her here, which would be pretty cool. Technology. Here we go. I think she's right there. Boom. There she is. There's Shannon. Hello, Shannon. How's it going?
Thank you so much, Mike, for having me on here.
Excelente. Good to see you. So I can do the intro with you here now. So this is Shannon Litke. She owns KYML, which is Keep Your Money Local, her own business. She's a ClickFunnels certified funnel builder and also a motivational coach. So we can jump into a lot of different avenues here. We can jump into business. We can jump into mental health. We can jump into a whole bunch of different things here, which is super, super cool. So where should we start here, Shannon? Do you want to talk a little bit about your story from where you came from, where you are here right now, and how you got into the ClickFunnels world, how you got into the business world and all that kind of stuff?
Absolutely. It's been quite a cool journey to get here. I've spent most of my years on this earth working with people in some sort of fashion, lots of working with like people with developmental disabilities, children, adults, seniors in care. And then I also did a ton of art stuff. So, went to fine arts college right out of high school, and then did some psychology and worked in social work kind of fields for a long time, really up until COVID. So at that time, I was working with the government of Alberta and working with some income and support systems, and really seeing just seeing really the impact of the economy when things just kind of stopped. And that was obviously super eye-opening. But it was also a big push for me to go forward with the dreams and the direction that I foresaw for just us, everybody. And that is really to pursue the things that are important for you and in our communities. And so what I saw very immediately was how important our own economies are to our communities. And I know there's a lot of really important things to, international trade and whatnot, but having a solid foundation at home is so important. And it was one of the big foundational pieces that I had with working with individuals in general, supporting people to be their best selves, to be strong and independent. And it just translates so much into the world of business. And so that's actually, 4 years ago, I launched my business, KYML. It took me a little while to come up with the name because I really knew that it was around money, right? But in an empowering sort of way, like take control of your money. And also around the local economies. And so Keep Your Money Local was a sweet little acronym that I came up with. And I ended up trademarking it 4 years ago. And through these last several years, my journey has definitely wound its way into different directions, doing a little bit of art, a little bit of markets. I face painted for a summer, all while pursuing the understanding of how important it is to have a strong digital presence now for your
Hmm.
business and like just in personal, like just for your personal self. And there's so many cool tools now for business owners to really take control of their businesses and just really support their customers, like being visible where they are. And, whether that's social media, whether that's traditional marketing, going out and doing networking events, but there's just so many powerful tools now for businesses. And over these last several years, I've really dug into that and actually landed, as you had mentioned, in ClickFunnels.
Yeah.
And so over
Russell
this
Brunson.
year,
ClickFunnels, Russell Brunson.
yes,
ClickFunnels.
ClickFunnels with Russell Brunson. And it's super neat actually, because I knew the strategy behind ClickFunnels before I joined the ClickFunnels world. It
Wow.
was part of what really I knew was going to be powerful for businesses, and it was what I was going to be using. And so it was funny when I came into his world and saw this incredible platform with all of this strategy that is just super useful and really powerful.
Yeah. Yeah, I had no idea about ClickFunnels and all this online stuff at all. I was like totally out to lunch, even out to lunch about it all. So yeah, from COVID, when business just started like interrupting itself because everything just shut down. So people are at home
Yeah, that
thinking,
in-person mode was just like wiped, and you
yeah,
had to find another way to reach your customers.
yeah. So that you touched on mental health, and you touched on money, and you touched on business. So COVID was almost like the perfect storm in all three of those avenues, and even physical health. Because if you weren't looking after yourself mentally, people were getting into drugs and alcohol and domestic abuse and all this kind of stuff. And then if they had to go to work, they couldn't go to work, so they had to work from home, or they can start their own business. And then that's where your digital businesses come into play. So how did that affect you, and how did you get into it at that time? And then from there, um, what types of local businesses do you find? Do they all kind of work together? Do you find they're kind of on an island here or there? And how do they compete with the larger businesses that are kind of like running the world these days?
Those are several questions there.
Yeah,
So
it's like a big. Yeah, I'll try and break that down just to one at a time. But
no
yeah,
worries.
take that from wherever you want. Yeah, that's like ridiculous.
So I did it, in a slower kind of fashion. I really wanted to just jump right in heads first and just kind of leave everything and just pursue this. But I have quite a bit of a what you want to call it, um, slightly risk adverse, even though I go kind of full headstrong.
Yeah,
So what I did actually was I opened up my time so that I could actually focus on this new journey, give it the time and the attention that it needed to actually grow into anything. I retrained myself. So coming from a social work background, while I had the experience with, technology and stuff, just with my age and with my careers, um, the the expansion of what is possible with tech is like mind blowing now. But
hmm,
that familiarity really let me, you know, get into this game easier. But so what I
hmm,
did was I just took a step down from my full-time career and actually went into a part-time position back, not back, but working back with individuals with disabilities in homes,
yeah,
part-time for the last several years, just to kind of, well, to pay the bills, right? As I was, getting stronger in my skills and getting more clients. And so
yeah.
that's how I did that.
Yeah, I think
Now,
everybody starts like that. You can't just dive in and expect to like explode your business within like a week or a month or a year. I think if you talk to anybody that's out there, whether they're making billions of dollars or millions of dollars just starting, they all started somewhere and they failed. They failed quite a few times before they even got off the ground. And then most businesses failed as well. So it's not an easy task out there, but you got to keep going. And that's where the mental, if you work with in mental health, and that's tough working with mental patients and whatnot. I don't know what the severity of the mental health of the people you're dealing with, but yeah. So can you talk a little bit about how your mental subconscious, your conscious mind, and all those types of things help you with business, local business?
Yeah. So, I have a very optimistic mindset. So it's something I've always had, which has been really important. I'm incredibly grateful for my parents who
Mm-hmm.
really instilled that way of thinking. Even though I got a lot of my risk adverseness from them, but I also got this perspective of the world that it's really in your hands, in your control, and you have, we have the power to be who we want to be
Yeah.
at the end of the day. And so that is a great starting point. But however, absolutely, like I hit obstacles. And I hit obstacles all the time. And you can have an
Yeah.
optimistic point of view and perspective, but you still have to be real. You still have to be real and forward thinking and planning. And that's a really, really cool thing that I do with the people that I work with,
Mm-hmm.
outside of the business. Well, even with businesses, it's looking at empowering each other, right? So when I'm working with clients in the home or whether I'm working with businesses, it's looking at their strengths. It's looking at what are you already got? What are you really good at? And if there's a couple of areas that you need to lift up, let's look at those. Let's put in
Yeah.
some strategies. Let's get creative
Yeah.
and see how you can work through this. Whether
Yeah.
it's, getting into your social media content or
Yeah.
learning how to make your bed consistently, you know?
Yeah.
Um, yeah.
Because as a business owner, I know myself. It's like I wish I had like I can hire 10 people. I wish I had exec, and this is where AI comes into play too. I wish I had an executive assistant to do all my administration, all my paperwork, and then I wish I had a full-time sales and marketer to go over all my social media, because it's like if you're starting out, you got to learn how to do. You have to wear all these hats because you can't afford. At least I can't afford to pay all these people all this money to do all these things for me, because it doesn't make any sense to start. You should be able, I have to do all these things to start. And then once you get going, then, okay, I might be able to hire someone, or you can even get people to volunteer if they're younger, just so they can learn the skills, or you can do a trade with people to get all that going. Because yeah, even training people how to deal with customer service, if you have complaints, or even payment methods, if you're using Stripe, how to set that up if you're going just Canadian or North American, US, Canada, or even abroad with foreign exchange and all that kind of stuff. It could be very daunting and complicated for business wise, because once people jump, there's so many different things that are associated with business that you as a business owner have to either look after yourself or delegate it out or get third parties to do all that. So yeah, it's very
Yeah.
interesting.
It is interesting. And I think what a lot of people don't talk about is like unless you're coming into the game and you have all the resources and you can obviously just hire those consultants and those specialists and people to just
Yeah,
be your team right off the get-go,
not many.
you
No,
have to
that's
dip
tough.
into each and every one of those. Yeah.
Yeah,
And I will say that's one of the largest struggles that I see with business owners is just all of the
it's
options, all
overwhelming.
of the tools,
It's
all of
overwhelming.
the
It can be.
um yeah, requirements. I mean, you sure you get a social page going, that's great. Now what are you doing with your social page? Where are you directing them to? And then you get a website and then you learn about sales funnels and you're like, oh, it's so much more than just a website. Now I
Yeah,
actually have to think about this journey. And then how do I take a payment? Am I going to use Square? Am I going to use Stripe? Payments
yeah,
AI? Whatever. And then even just setting up those accounts, getting them connected and getting them working properly.
Yep.
It's a lot for business owners, and I feel like businesses have really just been thrown into that world,
Oh
really.
yeah.
I don't know if
Yeah.
it started before COVID. I don't know what happened before COVID, but
Yeah. Oh, it's crazy. Yeah. It's always been crazy.
yeah. So,
But yeah, Russell, I just got thrown into Russell's world. I don't know why I didn't find him earlier. I was in the Tony Robbins world for a while, and then I had a whole bunch of other things going on, and then yeah, it's Russell. I think has a very good framework to when you start your journey. You got this from the book. Where is it behind me? Right there, the Expert Secrets book. You have all
mhm.
those books with the driving traffic and all that traffic.
Yeah, traffic secrets, expert secrets,
Yeah,
.com secrets. Mhm.
yeah, where you got the spark because not very many people can be an entrepreneur because you have to take a lot of I can say abuse because you have so much like you have to worry about, and then the stress and the anxiety and the failure and the rejection that's all associated with it. Because if you can't deal with that for a long period of time while you're starting, that's why I think a lot of people like staying as employees. And I was in that mode for a long time too, until I had crisis after crisis happen, and it's like, well, I have to do this now because I'm definitely not able to work for somebody because it's difficult to do. And then you start, you can start while you're working for somebody and build it up, and yeah, because it's.
Mhm.
I think if people really knew how much was how much was involved, they may not do it. But that's not discouraging people from doing it because it's very rewarding. And if you're doing it all anyway in your place of work, then you might as well do it for yourself and get paid for it for sure.
It is. I've had a, I don't know, like a quote or a post, something that's been coming across like a couple of times here now. I think I saw it, well, just a couple of times. I think I just saw it for the second time yesterday, but it was around, it was just around the whole concept that, we can go in and at 9 a.m. and be working for the boss
Yeah,
and doing things that we don't enjoy, but we do them and we get them done
yeah,
and we
yeah,
move forward. We go to our lunch break and you go through the afternoon, do all of these things that are completely irrelevant to you, aside from helping you with your rent and your bills and your
yeah,
mortgage or whatever it is, but otherwise not really contributing back to you.
yeah,
And
definitely.
then when you go on the flip side, for most of us who are employees, when you do make that jump, for whatever reason, it's so much harder to follow yourself as your own boss.
Yeah,
Like I'm going to wake up at 9 a.m. and I'm going to do this and this and this. And some of it's kind of gross, but it's got to be done anyways. And at
yeah,
the end of the day, it fully is a benefit of both to me and to everybody else that I'm serving. So,
yeah,
and it's crazy how actually hard it is to change that mindset and actually just go to work for
yeah. You
yourself.
have to be your own boss because you're accountable to yourself. You're the boss, so when you hire yourself to do everything that you need to do to get it done, and then yeah, it's people. And I had the same thing. It's like working for a boss. I'm accountable to him, and I don't want to let him or her down. So I have to show up earlier on time, and I got to do all the work, and I want to do lots of work, and I want to do the work good. But I've even caught myself to like I don't work as good for myself as I do for somebody else, and to be able to like get that going to work, you should be able to work just as good for yourself, and you would think a whole bunch better than you do for other people. And it's yeah, it's a journey to be able to like put in all that scheduled time doing all these tasks just for your own benefit and the benefit of everybody that you serve. It seems more difficult for people to do. I know I had difficulty with it. I'm still having difficulty with it,
Mhm.
and it's a total shift for sure.
It is a
Definitely.
shift, but something that that really shifted for me, like really helped kind of change that, was actually finding a really solid community of, and I mean, I have been, meeting with and connecting with people in the entrepreneurial space and all the different groups that I've been in. I actually started with learning from Dean Graziosis and Tony Robbins. So
Yeah.
that was like one of the first summits that I think I attended. right
Yeah.
after I had made the transition, right? And like, how cool and powerful are those two? I mean, that team themselves, I mean, they really talk about the same things, like just
Yeah.
doing what's important to you, doing what's valuable, taking your creativity, taking your dreams, and putting them into something that gives back to everybody, right? And so, yeah, I don't know. I'm not, oh yeah. So then back to the community. So it's nice to be able to have those communities, but watching them from the sideline is different.
Mm-hmm.
So where versus having an actual community, a group of people that you meet with regularly, like accountability stuff, right? Like you actually have
Yeah.
you build a connection, right? It
Yeah.
is way different than just watching people's posts and watching videos and stuff go by. I mean, that actually, if you don't have the actual personable connection, that gets actually quite depressing because unless you're moving forward really fast at the same speed of everybody else that you see on your screen on your socials, you're like, I'm behind, right? Always behind. But when you actually get into the rooms with people who are doing the same work, you see that you're not behind. You're
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
exactly where you should be. You are learning at your own pace. You are doing the things that you need to do. And and that's really empowering. That's really cool. So that actually happened when I joined the FBCC last year, actually, just in December last year. So
Yeah.
that's where I started to really, I would say, just really brand the skill set of the
Mm-hmm.
funnel builder, right? Like the digital marketer, like the person who does that for businesses within this
Mm-hmm.
program. And that's where I met, actually, I think that's where I met you and
Yeah.
some really cool people. And we get together now and it
Fun
keeps
hacking
me
live.
going. It keeps me accountable. It keeps me setting my goals and not just the goals, but the actual tasks, the
Yeah.
actual action steps that you need to
The
get to those goals.
accountability. Yeah. I think you hit the nail on the head with the accountability. A lot of people need to be accountable to somebody. And
And
it,
it's not your spouse and it's not your family and it's not your friends.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Unless they're doing the same thing, right?
Yeah.
But otherwise
Yeah.
it's a totally different mindset. It's totally different struggles.
Ideally, you would have, but I haven't seen too many people. Ideally, I've always had this idea where it's like the family can work together as a co. Some of them can do it. Andy Elliott kind of has it going on, but to have you and then your spouse and then the kids is all within the family that they all have certain roles, all for the same conquest that they're doing all together, and they all get to learn the skills and they all get to because your personal life is kind of a business, and then the personal life
Mhm.
can run the business too with the same type of people. And if you can do that, that's like that's amazing. But that's very, very rare to have that all happen where all your family's involved, the spouses work together
I
because
think
they
it's
need
really
to.
rare to have it happen at the same time.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because personal life's a business because it's you have to look after all the same aspects in your personal life as
Mhm.
you do in a business. And then if you minus your career, that's like the business from starting the business to the personal life. And yeah, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. But it's fun, and
Alrighty.
I will get the rest of my family into doing this sort of thing. Get them.
Yeah.
I mean, they all have their dreams, right? Like, my sister's got her stuff, my spouse has got his stuff, and they're all like,
Yeah. And they could all
"I
be
want to
different.
do
Like
this, but
I've
not
had
ready to leave my job yet."
yeah. Oh yeah, I've had friends for like ever. And it's like they're just this is who they haven't changed one bit in like 20, 30 plus years. It's and then in order to do some of this stuff, you have to again, you talk about
You
creating
have
a
to
new
show them that it's
identity.
possible.
Yeah, creating a new self, creating a new identity in order to keep leveling up. When I talk about the video game, you have to become a different person. And then you have to be able to have the skills and abilities to get to the next level and the next level and the mindset and everything that goes along with leveling up in anything that you do. Because if you're gonna keep leveling up, You have to use your time very wisely. You have to make better choices. You got to create better habits. And then
You
in
have to
the,
start saying no to things that you
yeah,
used to say yes to.
yeah, definitely. And that's a whole, and then these guys go over all this, and this is what you go over, and this is what everybody goes over. And some people get it and some people don't. But it's like, yeah, you totally have to become a new person. You totally have to think different. You have to program your mind properly with all the right stuff. You got to write down your goals, and you got to take the actions that are associated with the alignment of those goals. And you're taking actions that aren't in alignment, then that's where you fall backwards. It's the same with losing weight or lifting weights or business or making money. If you're taking actions that are in direct opposite to the goals that you set, and you're wondering why I can't get anywhere, it's like running. What is it? Tony Robbins says running east to go see the sunset when the sun sets in the west. It's like it's never going to happen. So yeah, if
Yeah.
you're eating a bunch of junk food and trying to lose weight and you're not going to the gym, you're not going to get in shape. Or if you're not saving money and investing in the right things, you're not going to get rich. And yeah, if you're not continually working on your business and trying to get clients and customers and doing all the things that are, it's not, you have to keep doing it. And it's like, yeah, even when you don't feel like it, and even when you failed, even when you get rejected, even when nothing's working, you have to just keep doing it. And I think that's one of the hardest
Like,
parts.
especially when things aren't working, especially when you get
Yeah.
rejected, especially
Yeah.
when, yes,
Yeah.
because those are all stopping points.
Yeah. Yeah. People quit. And it's like,
Every one of them.
yeah, Thomas Edison. It's like to use the examples of all these other people. Even I keep on reading this book by Napoleon Hill and all the other stuff for Russell and Napoleon Hill. Thomas Edison, he found 10,000 ways that he successfully found 10,000 ways that a light bulb won't light. And then in 10,001, he found the way the light bulb is going to light. So at 10,000 attempts, you fail. But you have to believe that each one after another is going to be the one. And if it never happens, you have to be okay with that. And then if it eventually happens, it's like, what took so long? Like, yeah. And then it's ridiculous how long. And then people are so impatient in today's society because we live at a quick
Oh
fix,
man, are we ever
push button.
impatient?
Yeah. Yeah. And it's
You
tough.
notice that just with social media and marketing. I mean, if you don't have somebody's attention in the first 3 seconds, like
Yeah. Yeah. Here, where's my phone? It's
that's
like,
it.
yeah. Here, this is yeah. And then to have this, people are just like, I go to the gym now and people are like on here just going like this it's like, what the heck? It's like, yeah, oh. And then yeah. These things are, and the whole world's just basically right here now. It's interesting.
Yeah. I'm going to be getting, actually, I just signed up for Audibles because yes, I need something different to do to fill that space, to fill that time that's not, scrolling and not like just searching and looking, but learning about things. I mean, I want to be able to just pop my headphones in, go to my workout, listen to a good book that's just going to help me out, right? That's going to re-inspire me, teach me something new that I can go and use after.
Yeah, that's huge. They talk about the micro alerting, like 10 and 15 minutes of like learning as opposed to this, like, did they call it doom scrolling? I think
doom scrolling. They definitely call it doom scrolling. Yep.
Yeah.
They do.
Yeah. And then
for a good
again,
reason. you don't come out of that hole feeling great.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whether it's like one more video down the rabbit hole or one more cat picture and you're just like so tired, whatever it is.
Before half an hour is gone, an hour is gone.
It hasn't. Its goal isn't to inspire you and to make you get off the phone and do the magical things that you're supposed to be doing in your life and in your world.
Yeah, just another drug. And then Russell talks about it too. He did it with he calls it the resistance, because every time you set something up as a goal and an action plan, it's just like getting out of bed. Okay, you got to get out of bed at 6 a.m. And then as you look at your clock, I can sleep for 5 more minutes or 10. So he documented, it's almost like every 5 minutes the resistance comes, or every 5 or 10 minutes, or every minute the resistance comes to make you kind of not do what you know you're supposed to do. Or if like food, if there's all this food on the counter, it's like, no, don't eat that. Okay, I'm supposed to go to the gym at this point in time. It's like, no, I'm going to find something. And he documented so like hundreds of times that the resistance came up during the course of one day that stops you from taking those actions. And then you have to break those. You have to mentally break those patterns internally in your subconscious mind, in your conscious mind, in your physiology. He talked about it as being ruts in a road, and you have to make the ruts really, really deep, because if the ruts are really, 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 really deep, going in the opposite direction you want to go, you have to kind of
getting out is going to be harder.
erase all
Atomic
that.
Habits is another one of those incredible books that talks about that resistance piece. And I know that resistance piece, is it from the Think and Grow Rich? Is that where Russell's prime movers? Resistance and
Napoleon Hill has the whole thing written in there, but Russell talks about
the Dreamer.
I can't remember the book, but it's in Think and Grow Rich too. But it's like, it's so bang on to everything, and it keeps practice. And you have to, how I got to do it and teach it and coach it is like, if whatever that action is that's not taking you towards your goal, it's basically poison or hell. Because these things that you're doing, if you have these goals, they're in direct opposite. It could be alcohol, it could be drugs, it could be porn, it could be sex, it could be sleeping, it could be like scrolling, it could be like whatever it is that's not aligning you with those goals. It's not good. Yeah, and you have to kind of psychologically, that's poison, it's hell. If I keep doing this, I'm not going to achieve my goal, and I'm not going to get me to the place where I'm going to be. So the association and the pattern interrupt and break. You have to have that tennis match. Okay, don't even just do this. Just do this. And then those ruts become positive. And then you automatically just go to the gym. You automatically just eat healthy. You automatically just do the work. You automatically just save your money. You automatically just invest it. It's just like driving the car. The more times you do it over and over and over and over again, repetitive, the more that's going to happen. And the more you break those shit patterns with good patterns, and that what's kind of gets those ruts going in the positive direction. And it's tough.
It is tough. It's tough and it's uncomfortable to do things differently.
Oh, yeah.
But, I think it was Cody Sanchez. I really enjoy her. She's good. Is so good.
Yeah.
And I think it was from her where I first, saw the whole concept of it might be scary to change, but like, how scary is it to stay the same? Like, what is the risk of actually staying the same? And, the unreached gains, like the gains that are possible if you just make those moves, if you just get that direction. And it's insane. That's pretty powerful.
Yeah. Like anybody, I used to think anybody can do it. And I still kind of believe that everybody can do it, but I know how hard it is. And I know how many people I've worked with and talked to and whatever. And it's like, they stay the same. I don't know what it is that makes them like totally internally want to say, okay, fuck this. I'm not doing this anymore. I have to do this. I have to lose 50 pounds, or I have to start saving my money. I have to start making my money work for me instead of spending. Like, I have to clean my house. I have to clean my closet. I have to clean my drawer, whatever. I have to start this. There's very few people, because it's like, there's so many. It's like, I don't know if they're not ready. And I think that they might not be ready, and that's where purpose and why, because like, why are you here? And if you think about it, why I get up every day to do the same stupid, I get up, I barely get up. I hit the snooze bar 3 times. It sucks. I stumble around. I put my clothes on. I might get some coffee. I'll skip breakfast because I'm late. I speed to work. I'm pissed off because everyone's in front of me, cutting me off, and I'm already late, and everyone's in my way. I get to work barely on time, or I'm late. and then that cycle just repeats every single day. And then it's like, why? That's like pure hell. But that's what people do every single day, almost. The majority of them. I don't understand. And I think
our minds are pretty funny. Our minds are pretty funny. So
yeah, because I did it. I did it for years. Like, drink a bunch of alcohol, smoke a bunch of cigarettes. Like, go to the bar 3-4 times a week, get hammered. It's like I did it for years, and I don't know how I did it all. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
No, our minds are they're pretty impressive. They can do a lot, but you know, our base brain is still super powerful in keeping us still, keeping us safe, and those new things, even though they're maybe exciting and they can, you know, move you forward and do really cool things, they're
Yeah.
different and they're challenging and they're risky. And our brains are like, no, 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 this is different. This is new. We are comfortable, even though you might be in, like you mentioned, like your own personal hell, but it is
Yeah.
comfortable. It is familiar. It is reliable. And our
Yeah.
brains like that.
Oh yeah.
But
What do you think one thing is mental? Because I keep studying this, and I don't know if I'll ever get it, but I'm continuing to learn it. What do you think one thing is in our brain or mental? I don't know if you can do it mentally, emotionally together, but mentally, if you want to, yeah, mentally and emotionally together. What do you think is the most important thing that someone can do to make sure that your mental emotional capacity gets you to do the things that you know you're supposed to do but you never do, and you continuously don't do the one thing that you can do to get that going?
I would say actually remove as much of the resistance as you can. So I think when you ask that question, I think about,
How do you do that? Because yeah, how do you remove the resistance?
so I think about Atomic Habits and an example that Atomic Habits gave for going for a run every morning, how to
Yeah.
get into that practice. And you prepare for that. So you think about when you want to go for a run. If it
Yeah.
is in the morning, you pick that time, it's the morning.
Yeah.
And you plan for it, even though you probably won't want to do it. But
So you get your
removing the
shoes out.
resistance
Yeah, you get your
is
shoes out.
actually taking the
Sorry.
first step
Yeah.
and just putting your shoes there
Yeah.
by your
Yeah.
door.
Yeah.
And the first thing that you want to do is just put on your shoes. Don't worry about the run. Don't worry about the 5 miles. Don't worry about
Just
the
go.
year of, you know, health gains that you're going to get.
Yeah.
Just worry about putting on your shoes and walking out the door
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and just
Yeah.
starting with that habit.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. No matter what the weather is, it's like, yeah, don't even think, just go and do it, and then get out there. And then, yeah, I find that with going to the gym, because a lot of times I hate going to the gym, but I love the results and I love how I feel after, and I have esteem after I'm done. So if I
Mhm,
can just get myself out the door and there, I love it. So yeah,
yeah,
that's a good point. Yeah, definitely. That's
mhm.
very, very, just go and start doing it. That is,
Make it a small step.
that's golden, golden, golden. Yeah.
Definitely, definitely make them small steps. And I would say that's how you want to work on it. Even just in my business and, you know, the days where I don't want to work, being like, you know what, Shannon, you're just gonna sit down, you're gonna sit at your desk, you're gonna plan out your
Yeah.
day. Start by
Yeah.
just planning out your day.
Yeah.
Get that going. Start thinking about what's needed. Now I kind of get overwhelmed with like too many things, but I have a beautiful agenda that I really, really love nowadays. And it lets me block in my time. And it's
Hmm.
just a super simple agenda, but um, it has really been very helpful because I also have an ADHD brain. So I'm also,
Yeah.
you know, my attention is hard.
I think we all do to a point.
Right. I
I
think a
think we
lot
all
of
do to a
us,
point. Yeah. You're on the way end
right?
or the other, but everything has that. Yeah.
Right? But even just doing that step, and that step usually leads me to one other action, right? Putting down the top thing that I need to do, the second thing that I need to do, and the third thing that I need to do. And then starting. And it's usually starting with a little bit of research, a little bit of connection, and then getting into the projects
Yeah.
and
Awesome.
just,
Yeah, we
yeah.
can talk about all this stuff forever. That's amazing stuff. I got like a whole there's chicken scratcher things I made here that we can talk about,
Yeah.
which is cool. Any other topic? Like we talked about Russell Brunson, Tony Robbins, mental health, seek ClickFunnels, Mastermind, AI. What do you think about this AI coming up here? It's kind of just, it's been here
Coming
a little
up
bit,
like
but
it's already here.
yeah, but it's just like it's getting insane because it's almost like that .com bubble and the internet bubble that was coming here was everyone their dogs getting into AI, and then once all that dust settles, just like there'll be certain players that'll just be surviving that, and then even that's the stock market and that too is kind of crazy, even with the stocks, and then you got the AI of all the different applications that are out there. Where do you think that it is right now, and where do you think it's going? And then we got that Tony Robbins AI event coming up here next weekend too.
My goodness, yeah, like for one, it's not stopping.
No,
It's definitely not stopping. And I don't know. I got some good ideas about it. I got some nervous ideas about it, but at the end of the day, it's here.
yeah,
Do I hope that there are the guardrails and the regulations that protect us and like our freedoms and our privacies and I mean our freedoms and
yeah,
our privacies predominantly.
yeah,
I was at a AI conference last week through just a business group in my area, so down here in Central Alberta, and a lady had asked a kind of a similar kind of question, but like it was related to insurance, and it was like, you know, in the future, what do you think, or how possible is it that with this invention of AI, um, that my data and like my family's data, health information and all that kind of stuff, who's to say that AI is not going to use that in the insurance company and up my premiums?
yeah. Oh
And
yeah,
it
definitely.
was an
That's what.
interesting answer
Yeah,
from the panel of specialists that were talking to us and answering these questions. And at the end of the day, it was that, they shared that that's why we have these guardrails in place. That's why we have these privacy acts. And so as as long as those maintain and stay where they are for
yeah.
our benefit, then that's good news. Um, but yeah, the whole power thing is super scary, and that's one of the reasons why I chose to take control over my own future,
Oh yeah.
by pursuing my own business and pursuing the avenues that I feel good about, because you know, things happen in the next 10 years. Like,
Oh, it's gonna be nuts.
who
But
knows?
if you're prepared for it, it'll be like, yeah, just like anything else. I have all my theories about what's going to be going on, and then they're kind of crazy. Because yeah, I think the vision of for what it's going to be, everything will be so-called smart and will have its own brain, and it'll be very intuitive, like from this computer to this camera to the lights, and then even when they start implanting chips into human beings with that Neuralink, that you can download, so your computer will be in your head, and then you can this sounds crazy, but this is what's going to happen. I believe you'll be able to download all the information that you possibly can, and it'll be in a chip that your brain will have access to, so you can like learn any skill. Boom, you can learn any skill that'll just be downloaded into your brain. And then there's intuition, and there's foresight, and there's like, what is it, telepathy, because you have brain waves that are can like, so you can think, and we can do it right now. You can think things into into existence. I can't think this into existence obviously that quickly, but you will be able to like think things into existence. That the driving cars, humans won't drive cars. Everything's going to be in robotics. You'll have human beings that will look like human beings, but will be robots that'll be able to do all the tasks that human beings can do. It's gonna be like a sci-fi movie. It's
All I gotta say is yes, watch the Hollywood movies, learn from them,
oh
learn what
yeah,
doesn't work, learn what is working, and I
yeah,
mean,
because
yeah,
it's gonna be very very very
know where you
interesting.
wanna go. That's
Yeah,
the whole thing with, like, manifesting and, like, getting what you want. Like, know where it is you're going
Yeah.
because you're there now. Like, just act it, be it, believe it, boom.
Yeah. And then make sure it's for the right like the good. It can't be for an evil purpose, and it can't be for bad motives and bad, because it's like it, and that's the definition of hell, where people create that here on earth, where it's chaos, it's drama, it's violence, it's arguing, it's like all this like confusion. So if you have, and it's always going to be in everything. It's like if you set your intentions and it's good for you, it's good for others, it's good for. But people nowadays, people don't they don't even know the difference. I don't think they know the difference, because they think right is wrong and the truth is a lie, and that's what makes it a little bit more difficult. But if you know the truth and you know what's right, and that's embedded in you, then you'll know what decisions you'll be able to make going forward, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. And just, you know, that it's interesting. Like, there's always this balance. Like, humanity is definitely balanced. Our whole universe is a balance, right? You have the
Yeah.
black
Oh
and you have the
yeah.
white, night
Yeah.
and day, dark and
Yeah.
light.
Yeah.
It's all real. It's all
Yeah.
real. It's all relevant. And so I would just say, don't be naive
Yeah.
in thinking that everything coming out is for your best good,
Yeah.
because for one, that's just not how the universe works. That's
Yeah.
that's that's
Well, let's
just
go.
not how we work.
If you walk out the
So
door,
prepare,
if you walk out to the
plan.
door, yeah, go to the grocery store and see if all that's food's healthy there for you, or look around when you drive around the neighborhood and see how many health food, like
Ooh,
real,
that's a good one. I love
real health
talking
food
about food,
places.
Mike. I'm glad that you brought that one up. That
Yeah, yeah. So they're definitely not trying. Like, look how many liquor stores there are around, or like or pharmacies. Like, they're definitely not trying to like make us healthy, and I don't understand why. But yeah, I guess the whole power and control
but
and money and
you do
greed.
understand why.
Yo, yeah,
You do
definitely, yeah,
understand why.
yeah,
You want to put it in the back of your mind because you're
yeah.
like,
It's
why
like,
would anybody want to hurt me? Right?
yeah, yeah,
Why would anybody want to mislead me?
yeah.
But
It's so I
at the
didn't
end of the
understand it for
day,
yeah.
people are all doing things for themselves. I mean, I
Mhm,
do things for myself. You do things for yourself, getting up,
mhm.
having a shower, going to work, having the conversations, giving the help, whatever it
Yeah,
is still for our benefit, right? Like, we are creatures, we are mutualistic creatures for the most part, altruistic creatures. Um, but so you just got to wonder, like, is it for their best good or is it for my best good? And
yeah,
just have that discernment. I
yeah.
want to go back to the food piece that you talked about, that you brought up, because
Well, it's so simple and easy,
it
yeah,
is
that
it
that.
is so crazy how much. And
Just look
I
around.
want to figure out, like, how you can actually claim the word food, right? Like, just like categorize real
Yeah,
food.
yeah.
And it's crazy because I've been having these conversations with people around, the dinner table and stuff, and being like, are we eating real food? Like,
Sure.
ketchup,
Yeah,
your Pop Tarts. Like, there's so many examples of things where I personally don't deem them as food.
yeah. Well,
Like, they're just
well,
straight up
yeah,
not food. They are,
yeah.
if they are 50% chemicals and
Just
50% non
they're just
fruit,
manufactured chemicals, yeah,
vegetable, protein, dairy kind of products,
yeah.
they're not food. And it's crazy because they're sold to us as.
Well, yeah, yeah, yeah. Because that's like that push button, quick fix, like impatient, like society that we're in, because everyone's stressed, everyone's fearful, everyone's in anxiety, everyone's in a hurry, and everybody needs it right now, and I need it yesterday. And it's like, come on, yeah, just
Yeah.
people can relax and take. You still have to have some urgency, but you can take your time. You're on a journey. It's not you can't sprint every day, all day, because it's not gonna work.
Mhm.
Well, you can't run the 100-yard dash every day and expect to like be healthy enough to survive all
No,
that.
but you take those small changes, those
Hmm.
small steps, even
Yeah,
if it's just adding an orange in to your
yeah,
day. Like, that
yeah. That's a
orange
good
is real
yeah.
food. It's
That's a
real
good
food.
point. Yeah,
It's not an orange flavored puff cake. It is an orange.
yeah,
It's not orange flavored juice.
Yeah.
that is not actually just real oranges. It's a bunch of water, it's a bunch of sugar and
It has the
something
word
else
orange. It has
with
the word
some
orange.
orange in it.
So it's a
But
start,
like
yeah. We have to work off the
adding
positive,
in
so
the
yeah.
orange,
Yeah.
add in the grapes, add in, yeah.
But yeah, you're right. People have to depend. You have to know where you're at, and then, and I do this with people. It's like you have to, yeah. People don't like figuring out where they're at. Like, and then there's so many different realms of where you're at, depending on what you're working on with them. It's like figure out where you're at. I mean, a couple of people right now, I'm trying to get them to do. I have to work with them. Their financial situation. Like, I don't even know. I don't know if people are afraid to ask me the questions because they may or may not know to do a net worth statement. So you have a financial snapshot of where you're at today, right now. And then you do an income statement of all your revenue streams minus all your expenses, fixed expenses plus variable expenses. And then if these numbers are negative, it's not good right now. This is financial. You can do this for nutrition. You can do this for like health of your body. You can do this for your late. And then people are afraid again to do it because it's like, I'll have to admit that I've screwed up a lot here and I'm not doing the right things and I'll have to change a couple things and they're not ready for that.
Me too, man.
Yeah.
I, by all means, am not perfect. I definitely have bad habits.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. But I think people have to like, well, they don't have to do anything, but if the more honest they can get with themselves about where they're at and have that, and then look in the mirror. I do it with me in the mirror all the time because it's like, it's ridiculous. I can't do this anymore. So it's like, you have to get disturbed enough. I think Tony Robbins, you have to just get disturbed enough to like take the action. And if you don't get disturbed about how your life is going, life will make you disturbed that you'll have to take the action, or you can
yeah,
proactively disturb yourself before life disturbs you and the tsunami comes and then you're forced to take the action,
yeah,
which is hard to do.
it
It's
is
all
hard to do.
difficult. Simple
Yeah,
but difficult.
yeah, yeah. So
Yeah. You can go on
that's
forever
very
about all
cool.
these things. Yeah. Yeah, I guess I'll probably see you at that Tony Robbins Artificial Intelligence Summit 6, 7, 8. I think it's for 3 hours, 3 days in a row.
I
I
think
gotta learn.
so.
I gotta learn more about that.
I think so. It'd be
So
pretty cool.
how can people get a hold of you? You can help them build their online presence. You can help them build a website. You can help them build a funnel. If people haven't heard of funnels,
I'm
it's
gonna help them look at their business differently.
yeah,
I work with a lot of entrepreneurs. Well, a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of business owners who are right now just wearing all of the hats. There's so many that are doing their own social media, doing their own actual product creation, product delivery, service providing, but then they're also doing their own accounting, and then they're also managing their own business of life, right? Like they're literally wearing all of the hats,
yeah,
and so I work with those people, and I work with businesses who are really ready to put in a strategy that is going to be using the technology that is available to them that really can spearhead and just move their presence forward digitally. Like just
yeah,
expanding it on our social tools and just getting their information out there. I think about like, your big corporations, and I mean they're paying for the attention right now. And
branding.
there's
Yeah,
yeah, they're paying for the attention and they're getting our attention. And small businesses can use those exact same strategies at just smaller scales and then scale up from there.
mm-hmm.
And right now, like we're less than a month away from Black Friday, and this is these next 2 months that we're coming into are literally where businesses bring in over a third of their whole income, like half to a third of their income for the whole year is just coming up in these next 2 months.
Yeah,
And so I'm actively working with businesses and my clients on getting them prepared for their Black Friday sales. And that is, the email engagement. Some of my clients are sitting on huge email lists and client lists of people who have worked with them and bought from them in the past, but because they're wearing all the hats, the capacity to go in and actually just do those email sequences and just put the messaging in there to touch base with their audience is most will just skip it because they're too busy doing still other things in the right now. And I totally get it. You need somebody else to really think ahead for you, to put that strategy in place for you so that you can keep your business going. And so that's what I do. And right now, I'm helping people get ready for their Black Friday campaigns. And whether that's a sweet little waitlist funnel or an actual email campaign, social media campaign, that's what I do.
And how could people get a hold of you if they want to have a chat and implement what you got going on there?
So I would say you want to go to my Black Friday website, which is
I got this down here, the KYML.ca, but did you, I just checked and you added to
I just built myself one today. Let me find it here. What did I call it?
And if they go to their, I think it's on your, if they go to your Facebook page.
It is on my Facebook. That's where I put it. Yeah. KYML.ca/Black Friday 2025. And so what this is, and this is basically a wait list form and also a way to get in touch with me to actually just start work now. So over the next 2 months, I'm going to be hosting weekly create your offer sessions. So just like helping business owners to start thinking about how to present their products. And actually, like right now, because you need to be doing that right now, not in like 30 days. 30 days, you'll be past Black Friday into the Christmas season. But so I'm just be hosting some workshops throughout the next several weeks on how to put this stuff into play in their businesses. And this is for the business owner that is wearing all the hats. So it's, how do you start to think about your email sequence? Do you have a professional email connected? If you don't, that may not be your best bet to start with. Black Friday, use with what you got available, whether it is your social media platform, your email list, or even your networking events, right? I know a lot of people who just get in the room with business owners. I've started to do that here recently. It's very exciting. It's a beautiful experience, actually, just going to conferences, sitting around the table in my community, maybe driving a little bit, but just meeting those people. And so you can hop on there. You can join my email list, and I'll let you know when my workshops are coming up in the next couple of weeks. And then there's also the ability to just start working with me, hop on a call with me, and we can get an actual campaign planned and ready to go. Done for you. Done with you is usually what it is. I mean, I don't know everything about your business. It's absolutely done with you. But the tech stuff I handle. So that's what I'm really good at.
Cool. So Facebook, what social media platforms are you on? Facebook, Instagram, TikTok?
I'm on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. Some of them are my KYML pages. Some of them are my personal pages. Like Facebook, I do have predominantly mostly on my personal profile, but I do have a KYML business profile as well. And then LinkedIn as well. But the website, so let me just give that to you here. I'm going to pop that.
I'll see if I can edit this
in the bottom here.
Yeah.
So that everybody can take a look if you want to.
Okay, yeah. Read it out to me and I can put it on this. I can edit this ticker deal. Ticker.
Facebook, everybody's got their UTM parameters.
UTM? How do you know what that is?
That's like the whole list of characters that come after the website.
Oh, yeah.
So when I just So
I saw
anyways,
it
I
pop
just
up.
sent this to you in the chat
Yeah,
so you
I
can
just saw that pop up there.
upload that.
La-
If I just clicked on this, what I had done was I clicked and copied it first, and it has this big long Facebook chain afterwards
Yeah.
after
Oh
my
yeah.
URL.
Oh yeah. It's got like a huge. Yeah, I've seen that. And then it's got like a huge. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
you
it's
don't need that. So
www.kyml.ca/black, and then there's a dash.
Black Dash Friday
Friday
Dash
dash.
2025.
There we go. I think I got it in there. I can put it on here now. That'll change.
Mhm.
Oh, that's the wrong one. There we
Yeah.
go.
So I can help create just a nice waitlist funnel just to get you started so that you
Yeah.
have a month to just start thinking about, your offer, but starting to build that interest, right? Building that momentum within your audience and on your pages and starting to, gather the contact information so that you can now go and share your offer on Black Friday, Cyber Monday, the whole
Yeah.
month of Christmas into January 2026. The cool thing about this stuff is that once you have it set up, it is set up and then you can use it and repurpose it all
Beauty.
throughout the years. So
Thank you very much, Shannon. That was a beauty talking to you today. This
yeah, this
evening.
was awesome. This is way longer than I expected. I think we had originally talked for I'm gonna keep it to like 20 minutes.
That's okay. Yeah. Can cut a lot of you do a lot of cutting in here at different moments and whatnot. But yeah, we covered a lot of different areas, which is good.
It is. It was very cool. I really appreciate you having me on here, Mike.
Yeah, it's fun. We'll have to
I think we should
do it
do more of
again.
them.
Do it again in 2026. It's going to be the
Mhm.
next year's. I think the biggest economic boom. I think we're still getting ready for some type of dip. I don't because keep on having these little blip dips. I'm still waiting for like a big massive dip in the world economy, and then I don't know, but I know we're on the verge of like a major economic boom here soon. But we still have to. I don't know when that dip's going to come though. But
I don't know either, but one thing that you can be for certain of is that nothing stays the same.
No. It always comes back. People think the sky's falling, the earth's coming to an end, but it always. And this is what you prepare for. You're always prepared for both ends, the worst, and hoping for the best, preparing for the worst, and the worst comes. You're good and ready to roll for it, and then that's when lots of opportunities come up too, where people can like do lots of amazing things because that's people need a lot of help.
Tony Robbins has a really good way of talking about that with the seasons. I
Yeah,
really enjoy what he says around
winter.
winter, spring, summer, fall,
Yeah,
and we are in the winter. We are in the
yeah,
winter times, which means
yeah,
that things are harder. But those winter times are where you find the strength, you get creative, and it's what moves us into that spring season, to that new season, that creation season that then takes us into the summer and the fall where you can harvest all your stuff, right? And anyways,
yeah.
Tony Robbins is good.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
definitely. Well, thank you again, Shannon. Again, we can talk for another hour, but we'll
I
do
think
another
that's
one
good. Yep.
another. We'll do another one another time, and we'll talk to you, and then I'll probably see you at the Tony Robbins deal here soon. Yeah, and anybody
Definitely.
wants to go to that, get a hold of Shannon. She can probably send you a link to the Tony Robbins AI Summit. 3 days, 3 hours per day, and it's free.
Mhm.
I think it's free, or if you want to do the upgrade VIP, I think it's only $1 or something, which will be insane. And you can get
Yeah.
into it. If people aren't in that community, they can get into the Tony Robbins world too, which is lots of good stuff going on in there.
It's also just so powerful, man. There's not
Community.
a role in this world that I don't think will be able to benefit or use AI to help them out. So
Yeah.
don't get lost in the weeds. Don't
Yeah.
get lost in the doom. Use the
Yeah.
tools that are available. Keep your humanity. Keep your strength. Be conscious and just
Keep
keep
rolling.
stepping forward with the goodness that you want.
Yeah. All right. Thank you,
Perfect.
Shannon.
Ciao,
We'll
Mike.
see you later.
Yep.
Bye-bye.